Okay, this is what's known as an airless sprayer. It works by pulling paint into a chamber. The piston compresses it under a certain amount of pressure that you set with this pressure knob. The spray goes through to the end. It's forced at high pressure out of a small opening, and that's what causes it to what they call atomize. There's a lot of different tips. I like the HEA, High Efficiency Airless tip from Titan. That's a tip that reduces the amount of overspray that comes even from an airless spray. So airless is typically more overspray because we're atomizing at such high pressure compared to like a high volume, low pressure HVLP sprayer. So you've got tips that you can get almost down to an HVLP soft spray. On this particular project, we're using just a 209, a 9,000ths opening to spray this. You could spray anywhere from a 9,000 up to a 13, even a 15. I think a 9 is as fast as we want the paint coming out. We want some control. So, again, digressing. Let's get the paint primed. So the first thing we do, the sprayer was cleaned from last night. This is in water. We're going to put the pickup tube into the paint. This is the prime outlet. So as we prime, we're going to cycle just through the pump body to get all the air out of there and get paint up and force the water out. So I'm just going to turn the prime a little bit. You'll see this water coming out. Soon the paint will come out, but I don't need to put a lot of paint into this water bucket. So there's the paint. And we put that into our paint. Now, the hose is full of water. So to exit the water, we can do one of two things. We can stick the gun underwater to spray so we don't spray all over the place. Or we can just turn the prime on. That takes the pressure off, so there's no spray here. So there's water coming out. Now I turn it back to spray. Now you see it's going to start putting the volume out. And we're just going to wait till we see paint. Spray into this bucket. Of course, you don't want to be where you're going to splash. As soon as I see paint, I'll know the water. There's some paint. That's enough. Okay. Final little step. There's a little bit of paint and water mix. You can see there, but pretty much paint. So now I'm going to take again the pressure off of the gun so I can spray into this. So I'm going to put it back on prime. And again, I can just do a soft spray here, get a little bit of that watery. So now we've got straight paint going into the paint bucket. A little bit of water got in here. We just mix it up. I don't mind seeing just a little, but that wasn't even an ounce of water. And so now we're just spraying straight paint, and we got all the water out. We got straight paint flowing. Now we just need to set the pressure on our gun. Now the pressure is going to depend on a couple of things, but mainly the tip that you have in. The desired pressure is going to be a very exact number. I don't want pressure too high because then we'll be blowing a lot of overspray, but if I have pressure too low, it won't be atomizing enough and we'll get straight streams of paint. So I don't know if we've reset this from yesterday, so I'm going to just look, and this is builder paper so I can spray on this. We're going to see. Okay, so can we look at this real close? Okay, I have two little small lines right here. This is a separate, so we're not atomizing enough to have a complete pattern. So this would maybe show in your spray if you don't get rid of that. So we're going to just bump the pressure, and I'm going to be ever so small, just like that. Okay, a little more. And a little more. Okay, so now that's not as defined. There it was defined. I'd like to have a little more. This tip may even be wore out, but that's good enough for what we're doing because we're going to have to overlap each pattern. So we'll get a uniform spray. So we're ready to go.